Okay, this is Mr. Hegsted's class again. We're doing the demonstration on ear. Now, remember, we were doing a simple version in 5 seconds. Here's your ear. You come like this. Snake tongue, little S, curve right here, come right here, boom. And then there's your flap. Then here's your shadow. Here's your shadow. Shadow, shadow, shadow. Shadow, shadow, dark, 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 and there's your ear. Now, if that's the case, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then your shadow is your 6, but that's just your simplicity in its best. Now, let's go ahead and let's do an ear. Okay, so we do the same thing. Come up right here, boom, boom, boom. There's your curve. If you don't like it, then you just go ahead and curve this in here. Shadow, 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 whatever. And then come in here. Boom, boom. Curve. Boom, boom, boom. Curve. Shadow, shadow, shadow. Just give an impression. Impression. Sure we can see okay. Then you can be able to do your little shadows. You're just giving an impression, guys. Okay, if you don't like it, then you have your trusted little kneaded eraser, which is kind of close to me, but I can't seem to find it, so I must be an absent-minded professor. There it is. Okay, then you can be able to turn it like this and just give an impression of your you can give your hair, stuff like this. Don't overdo it, okay? Don't overdo it. I will turn it back around. See how I turn this, and I can be able to come close here and make this a little bit darker with the edge. Look how the edge is. So I'm coming down here. And you're just giving an impression. And there's your hair. Okay. Now let's put that back where. So it's all in edges. See, it's all in the edges. Sometimes when you can't get the edge quite right, then you just take it. You take a little piece of paper like this, and you just give yourself an edge. Now, why do I not go sideways? Because it gives it a flat spot. So you want to go in like this and turn. So notice I'm turning like this, turning, and that gives it a nice sharp edge. Okay? Now, so you create these little beautiful little nooks of darkness which allow the other parts to come forward. Okay? We're looking at contrast. Contrast. Be careful about your edges. You want to be really careful not to make too many things too hard. Okay, so on the side here, you're going to have this hard right up there, but on the edge here, it softens. Now on this right here, this part right here comes up, so you want to make this go thin right there, and then darken, darken, darken. Go on that edge. Now be careful. Don't commit too fast. If you commit too fast, it indents the paper and it compresses those fibers, and then you can't erase it. You can't soften that up because the graphite is so embedded. Okay, now look how this works. Now look. Here's your hard edge, and here's how it softens to a mid-tone up to here. Here's your coarse shadow. Okay, and then here's your lights. Here's your highlight there. So we want to be able to watch that. Anyway, so what we want to do is soften. Give you a little coarse shadow right there. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Now look how I'm doing this. It's a little dark right here. See how it's dark right there? Okay. So we're soften, soften, soften. And we're blending it this way. We're not even touching this edge because that allows this part right here of the ear, the outer edge, to come forward. Okay? Then everybody has a little bit different type of ear, but it bleeds out right here, spreads out, fans out. Then you have a coarse shadow here. The ear can take some time. If you're not careful, you can mess it up kind of fast. But remember, there's a coarse shadow on the edges. See, look at this. Look at the coarse shadow. Now let's take this on. See this edge right there? We don't want to, I don't personally, to do realism, you don't want to show the edge yet unless you're doing a graphic type of system. There's nothing wrong with doing graphics. It's just that right now, this lesson is about realism. And realism helps you know what's in the rules before you can break the rules. There's not a professor or different top professionals that didn't learn how to draw the human figure first before they started doing all sorts of impressionism. Monet, all those guys, they learned how to draw and with beautiful accuracy, and then they started looking at things. Oh, I can do more. I can make work sing in such different ways. When Monet was doing the water lilies, of course he was starting to lose his sight, which actually made it even easier for him to see the simplicity of nature. And in order for you to see simplicity of nature, you got to be able to see. And that's what this is about, is teaching you how to see things that you never thought was there. Boom, boom, boom. Then you can soften, soften, soften. Soften, soften, soften. See how it's kind of jumbly right there? There's a little bump there. That is typical. It is typical, and you can be able to set up certain things. You can finesse these things all you want to after, but get the main portion. Get the main portion done. This comes up here, so you have a little bit of a dark right there. And this right here darkens right at the edge. And a lot of times there's a fatty tissue on the one side of the ear. Now, do not underestimate the structure that surrounds your facial parts. Don't underestimate them, because those little tiny pieces sing to you saying, hey, we need to be present. It's kind of like, when do you know a picture is done? When it stops complaining. Well, sometimes you got to look at these different things and go, what's missing? Why do I not like it? You have to be honest with yourself. That's the worst thing that I did, is I would lie to myself and say, oh, this is wonderful, best thing I've ever done. But was it really that good? No, not really. And that was the things that my art masters taught me. Be honest with yourself. Don't fall in love with your piece. Just, it's there for practice. And don't smear with your finger. You can do that with charcoal. If you smear with your finger, you're losing your chance to understand how beautiful pencil can be and how you can control it. Okay? So, there you go. That ought to be kind of fun, a good start. And so there's a little finessing you can do, and you can do this forever. This isn't about finessing. This is about learning how facial parts work. This is Mr. Hegsted at ALA. Happy drawing. Alright, this is Mr. Hegsted at ALA. We're doing the structure of the mouth. We're going to do this one right here. Now, when you simplify the mouth, a lot of times there's different things that you need to know about. One of them is that when you start a mouth, this is the simplest version of the mouth. And my art masters taught me this, and I thought, well, I'll just pass this on. Now watch. Here's your structure. This part right here comes right here, here, and here. There's your little ball. That'll come right there, straight forward. Okay? Now, go like this. Here's your little dark portion. There's a little shadow right there. This one comes up. Don't forget, it's smiling. You want to smile first and then down. Up and then down. And then you come right here, boom, up, this will come right here, this will come down here, this will come down right there. And you put a little bit of shadow in the indentions there, shadow indentions there, shadow here, shadow right through here. Here's a little bow tie shadow underneath the bottom lip, and it comes around the chin. This right here is a little dark right here. This is the smile, little wrinkle that you're going to want to have. And this is a super simplified version, okay? this curves in. We got to do, you can go to the sculpture in just a little bit and you'll be able to see all these different things the old masters used to teach. First, they would teach the sculpture and then they would teach the drawing afterwards. Okay, and there's a quick version of the mouth. Now, let's go to this one right here. You have these super simplified versions right here where you have, it looks like a building. It's kind of cool. And there's a shape. And there's a degree of motion here. Boom, boom. See that? Boom. So you want to be able to see the degree that this is turned in. So, boom, and then it curves down in, boom. And this in part, see this right here? Boom, boom, boom. And it comes back up and it curves. Now, this part right here, boom. These are levels and planes that you want to watch for. And this part, see it comes up, boom, right there, see that? This part here, boom, see that? Boom, 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 boom. Those type of things are paramount to do that and to make it look real. And it comes up, boom, zoom, up, down. See, up, down. And then this part right here. Now remember, this is imperative. Do not put your bottom lip in front of the top lip unless it is specific for that character that you're drawing. You can't break the rules till you know the rules. And then this curves a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. This is dark. Boom, 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 boom. Here's your little laugh lines. This part here, curve, 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 shadow, shadow, shadow. This plane is going away from the light. The light's coming down, which makes the top lip a little bit darker because the light's not hitting it. But then all the light is grabbing here because it is coming out. It's out, so the light is coming, boom, coming off. This one, it's curved away. So you have the lip right here and the form like this, and the light comes down like this, so it's all dark, see? But then the bottom lip comes up and there's a light hitting it, so I hope that's clear as mud. Okay, so darken, 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 darken. That was brought to you by one of my wonderful students. He's so engaged, he wants to get going. Okay, and then darken this part right here. And here's your little canal that's underneath the nose. And there's a mouth right there. Now sometimes you can do certain things to make it look a little bit more like the person. You have to decide whether or not it's a bigger bottom lip or a smaller bottom lip. And you can bring this out a little bit, you can bring this way, you can shorten this up a little bit, all sorts of stuff like that. So hope you've enjoyed this. This is a nice little structural video for ALA. Happy drawing.